Hello and welcome. Apologies, haven't been around for a while. So busy, it's really difficult to get the videos out at the moment. Apologies. This is a tutorial-based research channel, basically showing you how you can start this research yourself. It's quite simple, but it is the way I do it. People do it other ways, but I have noticed a change in some channels, and that's good. But give us a shout, guys. You know what I mean? Research moves forward, and if you've learned something, then do give me a shout. Let's stick together. Okay, bit of ambience. Right, today we are going to be looking at this. This is photojournal site, NASA photojournal site. Voyager 2 image from, I don't know, but I'm mad, 86. There you go. That's the Voyager symbol. I like showing these, but that is a terrible one. So this comes in at 34.1 kilobyte. Absolutely pants. Do give this a read. Excuse me. This is all important to if you're unfamiliar with the channel. We're looking at the makeup of the images, how they're put together, and how we can apply the enhancements to it, just trying to work out what's going on basically. And here it says, where does it say? Where does it say? There we go. Yes, narrow angle camera is the most detailed image of Umbriel. And we know this is pants basically. So, okay, this is the raw image you actually get. And it does say, just to give you a reference of size, I mean, I think this is about 760 kilometers diameter. This is about 120 kilometers, just to show you what you're presented with. And you're not even going to see this if you don't use a Windows View or anything. So, sorry, apologies, I haven't done this for a while. Basically, we're going to be looking at a few images because I was looking at different ways to enhance this, and I was just looking at the order I did things in and the difference it made to the image. So for those of you who are doing this, and I know there are people out there doing this, it's something to take into account. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. Right, let's just do that. Oh, there we go. Sorry, the computer is not happy today. Now, this has been enlarged, but I applied some tone mapping to this, and I didn't do any of the preliminary work that we do to condense the tones of the pixels when we're working on it. So as you can see, it comes out a lot more less detailed than if we worked on it prior. And I can't remember if I put some mapping onto this or not. If you're familiar with the site, then you're going to notice things straight away. If you're not, you're going to find this quite difficult. It is something that comes with practice, and we've been looking at the familiarities between the moons and the planets, and they're so similar, it's uncanny. So let's have a quick look around here, and I will show you two more. So we can see the familiar sort of terrace type sort of linear layout here, especially in this top half, with the platforms with the domes and the towers on, for example. I won't spend too much time on this. It's just an example of basically the different order you can do in things in regards to the amount of detail that you can get out of the image. And like I've always said, every image is different. In regards to the tools you use, there will work some process will work better than others on different images. So it's all a point of experimenting. So there's some cool areas here which I'll be showing you in a minute, and this is quite decent in respect. Oh, there's an image I forgot. So stage 2. Okay, right, so let's go back to this one. Yeah, so like I was saying, there's some good depth perception here. Remember, this is 120 kilometers. I know it's crazy. Getting your head around this is difficult. But if you're interested enough, then you'll get there. So like I say, just note these areas. Now this is a more pixelated, shall we say, bitmap, Lego style sort of thing. But you can see the tops and the downs and the inside areas, the depth of this stuff, you know. So when they present you with something like this, which they say is cratered and has a surface and has had geological, you know, ice caps and things like that and stuff. I can't remember if we did it on I think it was the last Mars one, in relation to what we're actually looking at and what the surface is or not. And if this is the surface we're looking at, then are these, and I'm saying that these are constructed, these are structures, these are massive structures. Now, is this small moon a big manufactured structure? I mean, you have to ask these questions. I mean, it's very apparent. Okay, let's have, now this is what I do, this is more familiar, and this is where, if you're new, you'll start getting confused, because I like to get as much out of the image as I possibly can. So let's just have a look at a few things that stick out. And I was talking about this area as well. Structurally, that is, it's unusual, this one. But this is supposed to be 120 kilometers. I mean, am I right? Am I wrong? It does say here something in the top right. These are things you're going to have to look at. Yeah, prominent crater on the Terminator, upper right, is about 110 kilometers. So I'm presuming it's that, or maybe that. Can't be if this is 700 odd kilometers. 1200 kilometers, sorry. 750 miles. There you go. But at the end of the day, it's yet more proof of pre-editing, and just basically telling us lies about these satellites, moons and planets in our solar system. So as simple as. And if you're thinking, you know, what is he looking at? How can you say that based on looking at this, which probably looks like a complete mess to you? Then go and have a look at the other videos. There's a lot more enhancements, live enhancements. You can see the process. It makes a lot more sense. Okay, right, I'm going to quickly go to this one. Now, this was a bit of a mishmash. Again, before I did any major work on it, I enlarged it, so it makes a difference to do all the prelim work first before you do the enlargements and stuff. But again, there's the extremely structural looking stuff here. And like I say, if you're familiar with the channel, then you'll be noticing a lot of things. So here's this area here, which we were looking at a minute ago, in here, that area there. It's a difficult image, this one. Basically, I'm saying, you know, just experiment and see what happens. I mean, this stuff is there. There's no two ways about it. Look at this here. This structure. It's another little platform. There is a general style of construction across the board that we're finding now, and I think we're into 20 plus different moons and planets. So it's looking like whoever's building this stuff has something to do with a majority of these constructions. It's crazy. I never thought I'd be saying things like that. It's not a conclusion, we're nowhere near that. But this is what we're finding. Okay, let's have a look at this one. This is the one I found most interesting. This had a lot of work done on it prior to enlarging the image, and then there was some tone mapping applied to it, and it worked out quite well, considering, I'll show you again, this is the image that we're originally presented with. It's quite astounding. Okay. You can clearly see the direction has purposefulness, if that is a word. And you'll notice the familiarity. God, I can't even speak today. I think I've had too much coffee, guys. But hey, the similarities are incredible. I'll show you this as well. This is something to actually do with the, see all this strange swirling and stuff. That was the filter that was applied to it. Unusual, but it worked good on this. I'm going to try it on some other ones. So if you're new to the channel, I highly recommend pausing and just trying to take the image in. It may take you quite a while, but as the archaeologists say, you know, you need to find the right angles and the repetition of things and stuff like that. But these civilizations, I suppose you would call it, are very good at keeping the repetition of stuff to a minimum. So they are quite hard to make out, things like that. Now this is obviously coming around and curling back under, or it's the shadow from something in the middle. These curved areas. I do find it hard to explain this stuff, because to explain it freely, and sorry guys if you're listening to me repeating myself and stuff, then I would have to label things so you can put a picture to it, and I'm very reluctant to do that, because it just immediately puts ideas into your head, and that's what you're looking for, or that's what you're thinking it is, and it probably isn't the case at all. So bear that in mind. You have to disregard what your brain is telling you. It's looking for something, it's trying to relate it to something here on Earth. I mean, we're Uranus. It's very difficult, it takes a long time. Here you can see an area that is clearly underneath it, and this is the front we're looking at, and these light areas are the top. And then there's one in front of it. Carries on through here. See how they're built on each other? It's another platform with something on it. Clearly built. Just give you some different zoom sizes. Now if this is 110 kilometers, I think they said, then it's boggling, absolutely boggling. So if you're new, your first priority, disregard the scaling and the stuff and things like that, is to find something which you're going to question, or your brain has problems evaluating. Then you can start asking the other questions. And there we go. Completely insane. Let's just have another quick look at this. It's much lower quality, but it's had a filter applied to it. Just trying to relate some things from one image to the other. You can see it all the same stuff. So there you have it, guys. Another moon to add to the list. And like I say, any other research channels looking at this and you've learned something, give us a shout. It'd be really cool. Okay. As ever, guys, thanks for watching. Got some crazy stuff coming. Can it get any crazier? Yes, it can. So as always, thanks a lot, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.